Hey there, how's it going, everyone? We are live, it seems. Are we live, Juani? Is that an
Ooh,
existential question?
are
Are
we
we
or
live?
not? I don't know, man. I don't know. Are we live
I,
or
I
not?
think we are. I think we are.
Just checking, just checking. I think people
I
are
think
out
it's
there,
happening.
right?
Yeah,
It's
I think
happening.
it's happening.
Finally.
Yeah, I think everyone is okay. In chat, I'm already seeing some people there. Dragon, Gigi Bonus, everyone else. Hi, all the people that are watching in VOD. Also, hi. Hope you all are doing great over there. My name is Ignacio, also known as RG, and with me is Juani. Hey, Juani, CEO, co-founder of GATO. Which I think, by the way, that we need
Nice to
our
be
own
here.
GATO song. We need a GATO song. I'm just saying. We already have
Yeah,
it.
I think it's on me because I'm also a musician. I should write a tune,
Hey,
right, about Gato. I
yeah.
will. I will. I actually have a couple of demos that I have shared with the team. Probably there will be some release anytime soon.
That is awesome. That is awesome. And yes, we should have that. Why? Because today is a very, very special day. Today we have the second Game Quest. Am I right, Juanique? What can you tell us about the Game Quest? What are we going to see today? Just a little snapshot of what we're going to see today.
I think a couple of things first. I mean, we're so excited. We haven't been sleeping so much. It's been hard work. It's been part of a community working behind it also. But it seems like yesterday when we were here announcing the awards for the winners of the first GGQ and how fast that went by and how fast we met so many great developers and players from around the world. From at that moment, 15 countries. Now we are, I'm bringing games from around 20 countries. So it's unbelievable. For me, it's hard to grasp the magnitude of what we're doing, and these kind of events, at least for us, give us a true sense of what we're doing. So what's coming is bigger than the previous edition. I think the expectations are higher from the community of players and developers. The prices are higher. And I think that there are a couple of new categories, and there will be some releases during the whole GGQ that will last for about 4 months. So we are only going to be sharing what's has been announced today in the release, and that we're going to be, going through in the next half an hour or an hour or so. But yeah, I mean, what's coming next big for us, we felt that we were dreaming when we had the chance to do the first GGQ. This Game Quest II means that we are live and kicking, right? I mean, this is really exciting. It's exciting that the community is growing and that we now have another opportunity to celebrate the creation of games coming from around the world. So that's kind of my feeling right now.
That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. And I think that indeed it is a great celebration of everything that is the game developer culture and just games in general. I think it's amazing when we have all this amazing talent just like getting together in the same place. So why don't we take a look at what happened on the first one, on the first edition? Is that okay? Let's take a look at that. I am so bad at this game, but it looks so beautiful. If you know how much work it's going to be when you start it, some people wouldn't do it.
It reminds us of many, many games that we love.
I think it's great. So clear, it's very elegant.
If you have a good story, try to go for it.
I came to Gato to bring my games and to bring more games from Brazil.
Joining Gato a couple of years ago, I was amazing, and we have been into this great journey.
It feels so exciting, to be celebrating these great efforts that these game developers do every day, every single day.
GATO award winner is toe to toe. So much talent from all around the world with such different backgrounds and stories. And of course, all of that gets translated to awesome games that they build. So
we really built Gato to play the games that we love and to connect with our friends. This is just, a dream come true.
Okay.
That was awesome. I don't know
I
about
mean,
you, but we look older in the
yeah,
first
I was
edition. It's like
thinking exactly the same. It was
like
it
we're
was
getting
late.
younger.
No, it was really late. We're
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
older, yeah, as time goes
Yeah.
by.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a late. It was really late here in Europe. It
Yeah.
was not that case in Mexico and the rest of Latam. But yeah, I look at myself there. I feel the how tired I was, but it was
Yeah.
great, and really exciting, and it was really fast, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm remembering all of the great games that participated, all of the winners. But I think that two things I want to highlight watching the video before jumping into the whole landing page that we have all today published and deployed across the platform of Gato in mobile, desktop, and apps. Which is first thing first. All of the developers that participated in the first edition that didn't win are here again. That's great because second opportunities, I mean, they can improve their games. They have the first experience. So now they kind of, I think that they will feel more, excited about participating again and having a second chance. And the other thing, which I think it's also great, looking back at toe to toe, Paolo's game that won the biggest award. I think that I know if people already know, but he is and has become part of the council for this edition. So that's also great that players and developers are joining the council now, voting and helping the others to grow, and being super, I would say, self-aware and also open to the rest, because the community is alive and kicking, and we are on Discord and we are in the platform and we're playing all day long. And Paolo has been great. The rest of the winners have been great, and they're also have become kind of ambassadors of what we're doing. We all believe in the same. We all have this mission of finding the next gem, connecting developers with players from around the world. So that's kind of, I mean, again, it's really exciting. But that's what popped up in my mind watching the video and remembering that. That's also an evolution, a growth, and I love second chances. I think many of the games that didn't win last time have lots of chances of winning this one. And there are already one thing to say. I know, RG, if you know this, but we already have 100 games early bird submissions.
What?
That means that we're already seeing a lot of new participants and games coming from around the world, more countries, more developers, more games. And developers are bringing also new games that they have in their collection from their creations to get a chance to win. So and to showcase their work, I mean, having the great council and all that. But I mean, back to you.
That is absolutely fantastic. Going through the memory lane, and it seems like it happened like more than a year ago, but it was so close, right? And I'm happy that we have all these all these amazing developers just joining us again on Game Quest II. Most of them, of course, and the ones that won, they're absolute beasts at everything that they do, and sharing their art with us is amazing. We're gonna take a look at how the GATO Game Quest II page looks like, so we can go over it a little bit together. We have new colors, we have new
Yeah.
supporters, we have new council members. How was the development of Game Quest 2 for you? Because I think it has improved significantly, even in such a short span of time, right?
Yeah. First a note, because I think I didn't. I didn't nail the idea that I wanted to share. Every developer or every game developer that participated in the first one is participating again. The ones that are not allowed are the games that already won, but many developers are bringing new games, right? So everybody, don't be afraid of bringing new games if you have participated in the first edition. And how they felt, basically, we are all, we're all kind of gaming nerds, but we also love data, right? And we also have heard a lot everything that the community has said to us in the very first edition. So we wanted to improve everything, right? And we wanted to highlight new things. That's why there are a couple of new categories, especially. But we also have developed this narrative with our cat our mascot that is now in this kind of laboratory building these great pixel, and that's kind of the way we felt about it. And it's been great. It's been hard, but we got a lot of support, and we learned from the very first edition. We probably will learn even more in this one, so bear with us if we are not nailing it somewhere in some of the aspects or whatever you guys want to tell us. We're open for feedback all the time. So it's been a journey. It's been fast, as you said, and we were ready to launch some time ago, but we wanted to get to the best place ever or possible, and I think we are. So we are ready to share this with the world and to see what happened, and to get surprises and to find new games coming from everywhere around the world. And that's the point. I mean, we're doing what we love. We're getting to test, try, and play new games, and to meet new people from around the world. It's just a dream job, man. That's it.
Yeah, that's definitely it. So our production, can you like scroll down a little bit so we can show
I mean,
all the cool
let's
things
let's
that are happening? Yeah,
let's go back to the top, because we should
from the
go
top,
like
from the top.
at
Let's do it
least
from
for
the
the
top.
highlights. The highlights, wait, because then we will double click in every
Yes.
aspect and categories and all that. I mean, first things first, prices are high now, higher than the first one. Now we are up to $15,000 in prices. That's a lot. That has been a lot of effort on our side.
Wow.
The other great thing is, of course, having you again and having Twitch. It's amazing. Having Magic and Brinka and other supporters is amazing. And we also have with us the support of Indie Dev Day. Is one of the biggest events here in Europe for indie developers, and it's a great event. We love it. We are fans, and so it's great to have them. And we also have, and we'll deep dive there, and we have a special guest then, but for IGDA joining us in this edition, and we are excited because IGDA has been like a beacon for us. It is like a dream place or family we want to be a part of. So it's great that we finally got to meet in San Francisco, and it was a perfect match about what we want and what we're looking, and our vision, our work, the work we want to build together. So that's great to have them on board, right? So there are many other studios, as you see there, that has been supporting us, have been supporting us since the very beginning, that are now here again. So it's great, and the councils are still coming, and some brands are coming. So this is a live work, right? I mean, this is just the day one of a long journey that will take 4 months and be really exciting. So let's scroll down, but those are the key highlights, right?
That's amazing. And of course, thank you very much. And I was checking out before the broadcast that IGDA even has a chapter in Mexico City, so have to get in touch with them. Absolutely. As for the awards, as on the awards go, we have some great awards, and I like the fact that we have these coins, these tokens for the GATO awards. These are amazing. So kudos to whoever designed these. I love them. Have the bronze coin, the silver coin, gold, GATO Council, and the GATO Award. These are, of course, you can check all of this out in detail at gamequest.gato.us. But basically, they go from, I mean, we have the scholarships, we have the prizes for each one of these categories. So there are many chances to win one of these coins. And I know that at some point, Juani, we're going to have to get a physical version of this. I'm just telling you, people will demand it. We're going to need a physical version of these.
We will have to ship it through, to all around the world, right?
Yes.
Kind of like, yeah. Well, we will, probably.
Yeah.
Let's wait for the next edition then.
Absolutely. Of course, as we keep scrolling down, we enter in detail a lot more about IGDA and our partnership with us. Of course, every Game Quest II winner will get a 1-year membership to IGDA. So check that out. Make sure that, of course, in many cities around the world, in many countries, you have a chapter of IGDA. So you can check that out at igda.org. And then, of course, you have the chapters like Mexico and others. And, of course, the Council Awards. This is the part that, that everybody will be fighting for in a sense. We have the best mobile game now. What is this all about? Best mobile game, best artwork.
That was one of the learnings. I think can you scroll down, Lucho? Thank you.
But,
So,
wait a minute,
the-
wait a minute. I'm getting something from production here. We have to introduce someone very special to join us
oh
right now.
yeah,
Yes, I was talking about IGDA. I think we have someone that can tell us a lot more about this, right? So
yeah,
please,
probably right.
let me introduce you to Parker. Clap, clap.
Parker,
Everybody clap,
welcome.
please clap. Please
You know, it
clap in
always
chat.
helps
Thank
if
you,
I
thank you.
unmute myself entirely here. I've been giggling behind the scenes this whole time, so.
Yeah.
Oh, but yes, hi. So happy to be here. So happy to be a part of this. Yeah, do you want me to just go into introducing myself? So
Please, of
people.
course. Please go
Please,
ahead.
please.
So hi everybody. My name's Parker. My pronouns are they, them, and I am the director of operations and events at the International Game Developers Association, which, if you don't know about the IGDA, we are the world's largest nonprofit membership organization for game developers around the world. We have people in every discipline. I am not even kidding. It is fascinating to learn about. But yeah, so we've got, like you guys were saying, we've got chapters all over the world, over 120 chapters worldwide. We also have special interest groups, which are another little fun way our community builds and grows. But yes, we're really excited to be here and to see everything that comes out of this. But like was mentioned, there is, for all the winners, a 1-year membership with the International Game Developers Association. With that, you get access to a lot of discounts and resources on different hardware, software, different conferences and events. You get access to a lot of community aspects, including our global mentorship program, which is really great for people who are getting into trying to really build their studio or build their game, and great opportunity for networking, as well as a lot of other things. I could go on for a while. I probably shouldn't.
No, go ahead.
No, of course. Please
I mean,
go
I
ahead.
think
People,
it's
people
wow.
want to know more. People want to know more. That's the thing.
totally.
Yeah.
True. And so, I mean, there's so much. No, we do. Again, check out igda.org, see where you've got a chapter nearby you. Spoilers, you don't actually need to belong to IGDA to participate in any of the chapter or SIG things, which is fantastic. So if you've got a local chapter, reach out to them, see what they're doing, see what they're up to. But we've got people from all over the world, which has been fantastic to bring that global community together. And so that's really one of our biggest goals, is just to bring the global community of game devs together to help make games, make more games, make cool games, and really just help each other, also even with best practices and resources. Great examples are some of our special interest groups or SIGs and what they come out with. I know the crediting SIG came out with a really good guidelines on crediting in games and whatnot, which has been exceptional for our studios. We've got, even our climate SIG has put out a number of white papers on information on that, on climate within games, and how you can help the environment a lot more. Our game accessibility SIG does a lot of amazing work and runs a lot of their own conferences as well, which are really cool to learn about. So yes, we try to be a part of every little thing all over the world here. We've got wonderful, incredible volunteers who help make the magic happen. But in addition to that, there's just so much that being a member offers. Like I said, a lot of the discounts for different events and products around the world. Access to the global mentorship program is huge. We've got a big roster of really great mentors who just want to help other people. So that part's
so
been really
awesome.
exciting. Oh yeah.
That is super awesome. Yeah. And that's what I like about game development. As a community, just like everybody really wants to help each other. There's
Yes.
all these amazing people that just want to be there, just make the road a little bit easier for others, which I think it's super, super important. So there you have it, folks. Make sure you check it out. Don't forget the website is igda.org. You can check out more about it. And there's chapters in every major city around the world. So that's super exciting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you'll find the link in our landing, and of course you can Google it. But if you are lazy and don't want to go look for it, you'll find it, we will be sharing all of the links on our current base on Discord and the other platform where we are. I have a couple of questions, if I may, RG. Do you want to start?
Of course, please go ahead.
No, I think that I mean, for us, IGA has always been a dream, right? I mean, a space where we all wanted to belong, coming from different parts of the world, and it has a lot to do with these countries where everybody finds it difficult. I would say that we always discuss that building a game or making a game being born is almost a miracle, right? I mean, and to publish it and to get to distribute it and to get to reach an audience and then to make a business out of that is even harder, right? So I think that we here we are representing indies, right? And I think there's a special space in your heart for that. And I wanted you to share what do you think about that and the community of indie developers that are working so hard to try to to get to the spotlight and to find the right audience and to build these new narratives, mechanics, and being really bold about what they really love and these passion projects that they are working in.
Yeah, that's just it. I love indies. I love indie devs. I love indie studios. It is, like you said, it's passion. These are passion projects for a lot of people. Sometimes they're working full-time jobs elsewhere and then building their game on the side. I have a friend who she worked on hers for 10 years before she was finally able to publish it. And those kind of stories are just so inspiring for me because especially indie devs are the ones that just don't give up. They want their story out there. They want their game out there. They want what they've created to be out there in the world. And that passion, that tenacity, that drive is both so inspiring and so incredible. And what comes out of it is also amazing. I am strongly of the mindset that indie devs are paving the way to the future of the gaming industry in a lot of ways. They're doing things differently. A lot of them are really fighting against things like crunch culture and whatnot that are prevalent in a lot of the AAA studios. Love them too. They do some great things, but but indies are building the new way forward for the business, I find, in a lot of respects. They are more aware, they are focused on making sure that everybody's well represented, whether it's through unions or through government programs. They're making sure that people aren't overworking themselves. I've seen a lot of them be the ones that are modeling the 4-day work week and really trying to take care of their devs and really trying to take care of their team, which is such a beautiful way forward, honestly, and I think is going to be really what picks up and where so much of the industry is going is towards that focus on indies and what they create and how they transcend the boundaries of what we normally think of when it comes down to games. They are the ones that, like you said, yeah, they're the risk takers. They are going to do the bold new things and try something completely different and think outside the box because they have the freedom to in so many ways. And honestly, it's going to be the way forward with the industry, which is just, it's so cool to see and so fun to be a part of. Honestly, it is just so wonderful. So yeah, I do love indies.
Yeah.
That was great. That was great. Thank you for your words, RG.
Yeah, I just want to say that it's absolutely the case, and I think these are very important things that we're making sure that people understand. Fighting against crunch culture, trying to establish good practices, responsible practices for game development, and also just trying to push the envelope. Right? We have amazing developers that what they do is something that people see those mechanics later on in a AAA, and they're like, "Oh my god, I've never seen this before." And like, "Oh, someone else did it like many years ago," and it's the work of amazing developers that they even start their own studios. So this is something that we definitely have to keep an eye on. So thank you so much for sharing this story with us, Parker.
Of course.
I have one more, and then I leave you to it, RG. I would like to hear from Parker. What are the expectations that you have, right? I mean, I know you've seen the games that are already published and shared at GATO from around the world. There are many others coming, and many more that are joining in the next days and following months. And we're excited because we get every type of game, right? I mean, coming from 2D, 3D, 8-bit, 16-bit. And so there are different, approaches, different. I think that there's one important thing that you shared, which is key for us, or is one of the king, I would say, for us, which is the who's behind it, right? I mean, or the I would say the story behind it, or I mean, we really feel that it's important for us as players and developers to know who's behind it, what is it that is motivating them to create what they're creating, and that's also inspiring others to understand that there's not. I mean, it is really hard to create a game, but there are so many tools, and tools are being democratized as we speak. We are part of a democratization as we speak also. So what are your expectations, and what do you imagine that will happen in the next following months?
Oh, see, I'm so excited to see the creativity and the thinking outside the box is really like going against any like the conventional aspects or mechanics or whatnot. I'm really excited for the ingenuity and just creativity to come out of the devs on this. I love seeing people challenge themselves. That's always why I love things like game jams and whatnot, and seeing what comes out of those. From those, like, you have certain parameters you're working within. What are you doing? But having the story to go along with it is always wonderful. I love stories that are impactful and personal and mean something to developers, whether it's showcasing a part of their history, their culture, their family, or if it's their own journey, whether it's with anything, their entire journey of their life, whether it's been trying to make their way as XYZ type developer or just switching into this as a career altogether. I always love the stories and how they come through in games. So I think between those are like the two things. I love the story. I'm a sucker for a good story, especially ones
Yeah.
that are, emotional and tug at the heartstrings a little bit here. But I also love seeing people just find a way to break the norms of what people expect to see in games or expect to be able to do and do it completely different. Take what's been done and turn it on its head. It's my favorite thing to see. So I'm really excited to see what people come up with.
That's great. That is absolutely
That-
fantastic.
That's
So,
great. Yeah.
that makes me super happy because someone saying, "Hey, maybe I should consider this as my full time gig, as a career." Hopefully, we're gonna see some of that because that would mean a lot to us here at Gato for sure.
Oh my gosh, same. I love
Yeah.
it when people are like, I'm gonna move into games and I'm gonna go make my own. Not even
Yeah.
necessarily the I want to go work at XYZ studio. It's the I'm just gonna
No.
go do my thing. And that is I'm such a arts person. I grew
Yeah.
up in like my background was originally in theater for a little while. So
Okay.
I love the arts. I love the creativity and I love the contribution to the overall culture across the world. Because that's really, I mean, video games really are like arts and culture. That is what they
Totally.
belong to. And so for me it's I agree so much.
That is great. That is
That's
fantastic.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that the idea of having this sort of competition and this open call and dividing it into two, like people voting, people's choice, whatever people like, they will vote and they will help, and those
Mhm.
games, stand out from the rest, etc. But we also have this council of experts of great people from the industry from around the world that will take specific dive into those details, right? I mean, and that's the idea of combining, the taste of the players, but also the feedback and trying to deep dive a little bit more into what's behind the game, the reason why, and some other specific craftsmanship behind it. And I think that's why it's exciting that's why we did it in the first place. And it's also, as I said at the very beginning, it's amazing to be here again doing this, and we hope to have these every year or two every year, whatever we can do to make this happen more and more often. And again, for me, having you here, having you representing IGDA, but yourself with your taste and your what is the right word for is it sensitiveness? I don't know how to say it. I mean, the way you feel about games and the way you relate to the work behind it, but also in the side of the player. What I mean, it's hard to be in both places, right? When you know how to create games or you know how to develop games, but you also like to enjoy them, it's hard not to, I mean, but when you really get involved into the game, that's when the game has already won. And that's where we all get, really, really, I mean, really connected. So, I mean, for me personally and for the GATO team, it's really, really, really amazing to have you here. And I think that for the rest of the community, of the developers that are already in GATO, or we are already connected in our network, is exciting. And it's even more encouraging because, I mean, you guys represent a lot of things that we all wish, and the connections and the network and having different views from around the world is what really cultivates what we're trying to accomplish. So for myself, speaking about by myself, or about, I don't know how to say it, you know what I mean. It's really late in Spain. Sorry for these guys, but it's thank you for being here. I mean, I'm speaking about all of the team and everybody that's working their hard and I mean out to create GATO every day.
Listen,
Absolutely.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy that IGA can be a part of this, and I am so excited to chat with more developers through this whole process. I'm just
Amazing.
over the moon about it. So, no, very happy to be here. Thank you for having me as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Parker, thank you very much for joining us for this segment. Of course, everyone, please clap in chat. Make sure that you're clapping in the VOD as well.
I'll be
So,
lurking in
thank you.
chat. I'll be in
Yes,
there.
yes, please do. Please do. So, thank you. And we're going to move on now to the GATO Council Awards. So, we're going to move on now to the next section. Make sure you also follow them on social media.
There we are. There we are.
Parker's gonna post it over there on social media, the social media on the chat as well. And of course, be sure to check the IGDA website that we already are going to be linking. But now we're on the GATO Council Awards. This is the part that was confusing me, Juani, because here I'm seeing best mobile game, artwork, narrative, idea, demo, mechanics, and music. I love these categories.
I think that, I mean, we will do some minor changes because I mean, best mobile was, as I said, was one of the learnings. I mean, given that many of the players from around the world that are joining GATO, they usually, they usually discover GATO and the platform and the community using their mobile phones. So the idea is to capture the passion really fast, right? And that was one of the learnings. I mean, so we're encouraging developers to bring their games. I mean, desktop, of course, are always welcome, but if there are many others that are, thinking of porting their game or making it work in mobile, they have a really big chance here to win a really nice prize. But there's also something that's kind of hidden because it's not highlighted, but it's also new, which is the best demo, right? This wasn't an award in the previous version. Okay. So it's exciting that we saw that there were many demos. But we also want to highlight those that are in that specific state, given that many of these of the games or developers right now are probably thinking, oh, I'm going to be competing with games that are really finalized or in a different stage than mine, etc. And we don't want that to be the case. So we're going to be highlighting the ones that are really in the very first steps or the early stages. So demos will have a specific award, and that's what the council is going to be voting and trying. So it's exciting. Those are the new things. So also we will continue with best artwork, best music, best mechanics, best narrative, and best idea overall. But the two new things are mobile and demo, and we will probably be launching some new categories in the future. That's the idea.
That is fantastic. I mean, when you look at all of this, just I can't wait to see the games that are gonna be here. Just to select, to take a look at.
They're already there, right?
Yeah.
Many of them are already there. If you go to play and vote, or even if you go directly to GATO's platform, you see the ones that have the ribbon or the banner that says that game is participating on the Game Quest II. So it's nice. You can surf or navigate on GATO, on their mobile phone, on desktop, etc. Or you can either come to the GDQ gamequest.gato.us and play and vote. And you see, as we're showcasing right now, there are many games that are already participating. Some of those games were there in the first edition. Some others are the new ones. that have been approaching in this early bird call that we did not that much time ago, but it's exciting that so many are bringing their games right now.
That is fantastic, man. And when I look at this, I mean, we've come such a long way from just like version number 1. I can imagine what the Game Quest number 7 is going to look like. That's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
awesome. So awesome. Let's keep scrolling.
That's
Let's
probably
keep
going to be in a
moving.
stadium with real
Yeah.
live show. And
Yes, that's what we need. We're gonna get the guy
that's
that
the
says,
idea, right?
"Let's get ready to rumble." We're gonna get that guy.
Yeah.
So awesome. We have the council. In case you want to know more about who
Totally.
is in the GATO council, we have a bunch, an absolute bunch of great folks here that will be part of the council. I'm the
Yeah.
council too. Awesome. So I get to play all the games for all of you do in most cases. So and of course, this is
Yeah,
going to be
totally. And we will
great.
have we will also sorry,
Yep.
no, I wanted just to say that we are also going to be adding more names there. There's more people that are joining as we speak again, and so if you go almost on a daily basis, you'll see new people coming and joining and donating their time and passion to help us, to evaluate and get feedback and mentorship and all of these great things that these amazing stakeholders from the industry are bringing to GATO and to this Game Quest.
Perfect. And yes, we have more because if you keep scrolling down, we're going to get to a part that is very interesting that I think we're going to have to take a look at it together, which is game categories. Dun, dun, dun.
But we
I
have
think we have
someone to introduce.
Yes,
An
exactly.
important person,
Very
member of the
important
GATO
person here.
community.
We have the best guests today. What the hell's going on, man?
Yeah,
Just like all the guests. Please give a warm welcome and kick it over, production team. Ta-da!
Yeah, there you are, live.
Okay.
Marcos
okay.
Game Dev, representing
Right.
Brazil.
Right into the live stream instantly. Hello, guys.
Boom, there you are. How are you? So nice to have you here again for the second
I'm good. Thanks
edition.
for having me. Thanks for having me.
So,
we're gonna
it's
talk about
exciting.
the game categories, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
First,
yeah.
first. I mean, for the ones that are new here and newcomers, please share a little bit about yourself because it's always important for us to, take a moment and consider the people that are just joining and finding out what GATO is about today. And you, Marcos, are a really big part of what we've done since the very beginning. So it's important for us to highlight yourself and all of the work you do for yourself and the gaming community in itself in Brazil and around the world, and now helping us also to get great games and bringing more and more developers to GATO, which we really, really appreciate. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks. Yeah, so in the work that I do really brings a lot of developers from Brazil because I have a YouTube channel where I share my knowledge, things that I learned publishing games on Steam and on consoles, and I also am always making live streams, reviewing games that people make, that anyone makes, and they send to me. So it isn't just the most blockbusters games from Steam. It's a space for everyone to join and to send their game. So with this, it was a perfect match to bring to GATO because I know a lot of developers, and Game Quest I was an example of that because a lot of games that came from people from my channel who know me came to the Game Quest I. A lot of them got awards too, and I hope the
Yeah.
same can happen for the second Game Quest.
That's awesome. So let's go through the categories, and I mean we all remind or remember, sorry, the winners, and there's no the categories are exactly the same because they were a total success, and they're kind of wide if you think of them. But what can you say, you both of you guys, of these categories? We can go one by one, or how would you like to approach it?
Yeah, I think that let's start with the first one, which is adventure. Dude, Where is My Dragon? Also a great reference. Exploration-based gameplay to provide players with a sense of discovery, character progression, and engaging quests. Marcos, what was the first time you had this feeling in a video game that you were like discovering something?
I
If you
think
can,
it
yeah,
was. I'm a little young, so my
yeah,
references for first games that I've played aren't going to be on NES or SNES. The first game that made me feel this amazing feeling of being lost and trying to discover a lot of things in a big world and finding different things at every corner was on the Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess from Nintendo Wii.
Okay.
It's
Awesome.
still to
nice.
this day one of my favorite games of all time. I have finished it like 5 times, and it's awesome. It's a great example of a game that joins this category as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first one that came to mind to me was, and it's not going to be a very old one because I think I still remember this. Someone gave me a copy of Oblivion, The Elder
Mm.
Scrolls,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just like getting out of the prison and looking at the sky, a bandit camp where they were like cooking some food or whatever. I was like, wow, this is it. This is what I want. So cool. We have that category. Juani, what do you think about action? Because I think of you and I think of 90s action movies. So which one is the
Yeah,
game
because
that
of my
brings
shirt,
action to your
my
mind?
kitten shirt. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I love. I don't have a. I mean, I do love point and click games. I have to say, and that's kind of my favorite category. But I like to claim every game, and I think action. What is exciting about action is exactly what the description say. You know, having this sense of fast pace, you know, and excitement. Those games that can captivate you. I mean, and you can be playing even in your on your mobile phone, or you can be playing on your computer at night, and you don't see and you don't realize how time passes by when you're playing, and you're really moving in a really fast way, and your heart beating really fast. So it's exciting. It produces you a really nice feeling and excitement. So action, yeah, it has a space in my heart. But I don't
Yeah.
know what games you guys. I mean, I can always go really back
Yeah.
in the days. Kind of the action slash shooter games that I really love, like from Wolfenstein 3D and
Oh,
and
nice.
Doom and those games. But there are many other options of games that we could call action, and there are many of those already in Gato in the first edition. I was just thinking of
Yeah.
remembering some of those. What do you guys have in mind for
Mine
action?
for me is beat 'em ups. Big fan of the beat 'em up genre, and I think of Streets of Rage. Great
Yeah.
game series. The Mega
Yeah, yeah.
Drive and the Sega Genesis were like huge in Brazil and in Argentina back in the day. Like I have like a bunch of friends from Brazil that they still have their Sega Genesis. I mean their Mega Drive. So yeah, those are the ones that come to mind to me. For me, the next category. This is going to be a controversial one for us. Sports. Like, what's your favorite sports game that you can think of? Mine is Lee Carvalho's Golf Challenge. No, just kidding. That was a deep reference to The Simpsons, but no, it's not Lee Carvalho's Golf Challenge. I think that, of course, I'm going to tell you one that I think is going to bring back some memories. International Superstar Soccer Deluxe, again for the
Yeah.
Sega Genesis, because it was like the Sega Genesis version of the N64 game. What about you
Yeah.
guys?
Oh well, is racing a sport? I guess it is, right?
Yeah, motorsport.
Yes, totally.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I played hundreds or maybe thousands of hours of Mario Kart.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I can say that I like sports games because of that, but I haven't explored much of this genre except from that. I grew up watching my brother, my bigger brother, and my father playing soccer games like Pro Evolution Soccer and FIFA, but they never really caught my interest. You know, this more realistic type of games, they don't get my eye much. So I really like when sports they have this very crazy addition to them, like Mario Kart does with racing games. We have many racing games that are more on the realistic side, and I like when sports games make a little crazy with it, like Rocket League does with soccer, and Mario
Yeah.
Kart does racing. It's really cool.
I'm more like the traditional type. When I was hearing URG, I remember Winning Eleven was one of the games
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I played the most. But I had to go back to a different gem that it became one of the biggest games ever in sports. I think as a franchise in itself. So it's not an indie game per se. It's a really big game, which is a Tony Hawk game, skateboarding game. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys played it, but I remember, you know, whole weekends playing with my friends and trying to get all of the tricks and things like that. I used to skate when I was young, so I was really excited to get yourself represented that way, and that was really, was one of a kind at that moment, right? That skateboarding was not represented in games, and suddenly this game came out, and it was such a massive game, if you think so.
Yeah.
Not only because of the mechanics, but
The
also because of
music.
the challenges and the all of the it was
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean, the music that it had was like iconic for the era. And
Yeah.
you're not like old, Juani, because like I was checking the Olympics website, and there's one skateboarder from the South African Olympic team. He's 45 years old, and he's gonna be at
Okay,
the
so
Olympics like skateboarding.
older than me.
That
I
is like
still can go to the Olympics. I
yeah,
still can go
that
to
is
the
like
Olympics.
PS2 era. He got
Yeah,
motivated by Tony Hawk, and then he became a real life skater, probably. So there you go.
yeah,
There you have
yeah,
it. Now a category that we all love, point and click. This one
yeah.
is a classic. This is one of the the first ones that really brought us close to gaming in our respective childhoods. Um, you guys go first because I'm gonna say something silly, but just gonna say one, Full Throttle. Okay, it's a
Yeah,
Yeah.
classic.
awesome
Okay.
It's a
awesome
classic.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
So
You,
there
Marcos?
is Sally Face, which is a newer game.
Hmm,
It's not exactly a point and click game, but it plays like one. It's weird
Yeah.
because like it could be a point and click, like you could walk around with your mouse and clicking on things, but instead you walk with the arrow keys. So I don't know if that takes all of the
Yeah.
point and click from it. And
I,
the Secret of Monkey Island franchise, right? It's one
totally.
of
Yeah.
the first ones, and still to this day very famous and loved by
Yeah.
many, and inspiring to many games to this day.
I was thinking I had a couple of things to say. At first, that these category per se, if you go to GATO, you'll see many different approaches to point and click. The mechanic in itself is a call to an open call for those type of games. So if there's any game that you have to point or you have to click, can come into this category. Then you have this more traditional approach, which is this
Yeah.
adventure approach, right? And those are the games we're quoting, kind of. And I in that line, I would say, The Day of the Tentacle was one of my favorites of all times. And then the one that I played the most, I have to say, and I played that on PC, and I played that. For many years, I still play it. I have to say, it's like getting back to the place I love. It's like listening to an old song that you really like or something like that, which is Indiana Jones 3. So I
Oh,
remember having many diskettes to make that game run in my PC back in the day. But still, I think it was one of the best Indiana Jones games before Fate of Atlantis, of course. But I'm the one that I'm expecting to see at any time soon with the Indy 5 movie. But those are big franchises, right? But the game was a really good representative of the genre back in the day, and that was unexpected, at least coming from a really big movie at that point.
yes. That is. I mean, and these are like absolute classics, absolute bangers, all of them. Now we're gonna
Yeah.
do a lightning round. Horror. You can just say one game. When I think about horror, my first one was Resident Evil. Actually, Alone in the Dark 3. That was my first one. That's it. What about you? Just one game. Go.
Resident Evil 4. This game, it started me in this genre. Like I
Wow.
was too afraid to play these types of games, and this game made me a little more courageous to play because of how awesome it is. So I give big
Yeah.
props to this game.
Juani?
Uh, um, I was just kind of Googling because it's late and my mind's not working that sharp. But I think Alone in the Dark was also one of the games that I played the most at that time. But if I may, because it's kind of a point and click, but horror or kind of in that space, Maniac Mansion was also kind of in that,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
That is a really good
And I
one.
remember playing a lot to that game.
Yeah. Great game as well. Platformer for me is going to be Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I'm a
Okay.
Sega boy.
I have to
Sorry.
say Mario, man. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
Yeah,
look,
man.
look at
I'm a
me
Mario
and
man.
my.
Yeah, there's a castle there. The castle reference. Okay, I see how it is. I mean, I could have said Metroid too, because Metroid is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
Puzzles.
yeah.
Okay, puzzles are difficult for me because I'm gonna have to go with a deep cut, which is gonna be Mist. Mist is very Juani time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's one of my favorites too. Yeah.
Nice. Marco,
What about you, Marcos?
Yeah, I don't play many puzzles, but the one that I played more recently was Mario versus Donkey Kong, the remake for Nintendo Switch. It's a mix of
Yeah.
platformer and puzzle, and since I am not into that really mind-boggling puzzle where you were stuck in a stage for hours, but I really like the ones that make you feel smart, but the game is really leaning you into the solution, but you think, oh my god, I got it. I am the one who got it. And I like how puzzle games make you feel smart.
Yeah.
I wanna add one because I think that when you think of puzzle, perhaps we all have kind of an image in our mind, but you have to think that this is also really broad. And your example, Marcos, is perfect. But one of the first puzzles ever was Tetris, right? The mechanics may not sound like it, but it is a puzzle in itself. You're doing a puzzle in real time, right? And that's awesome also because it's kind of a mixed thing of feelings, but I would put it in that category, right? At least myself, because I feel that I would say the sense of the game or the heart of the game, it's a puzzle in itself. But there are many other examples.
That is a good one. And finally, interactive fiction. I'm going to tell you one that I recently finished. And you still need to finish the expansion. This is Vampire the Masquerade Shadows of New York. Actually, Coteries of New York is the first one I finished. I have to finish the other one. But yeah, great game, interactive storytelling experience. I like those. And it's like the best thing to play when you're flying somewhere or driving. I mean, you're not driving. Someone else is driving. You're just playing in the background. That would be very irresponsible.
Yeah, please.
But yeah, it's a great game. You're like, oh my god, man! And you're really invested in the story, and it hooks you up in a way that I find it fascinating about video games. It doesn't need to be like something flashy and quick and quick time events and that kind of stuff. It can be an interactive storytelling experience, like it says right there. Marcos.
Yeah, I finished one recently, but I don't remember anything about it. So I'm gonna give a shout out to one of the games that won the awards, the previous awards, which is Chaos Theory, which was one of a great game that I feel like it brings a lot of good things about this genre, which is not only telling a story but also letting you control the story in a lot of ways. I like this in this type of game.
If you go right now through the categories, the games that are early bird and has already uploaded their games, you'll find a couple of nice games that are also approaching interactive fiction in a new way. But I was also Googling because I didn't remember the game that I loved, I used to love. It's called Cutthroats, Terror on the High Seas. It's a game from the 80s, okay? I played it when I was like 6 years old or something like that. But I remember playing that on Atari and then DOS on my PC, etc. If you don't know it, Google it. You won't find it, but you will find about it. But you won't find the game. There's no ROM there out there, to play. But if anybody finds it and wants to share it, happy to be, getting that lead from any in the community. So I mean, great categories, great examples. Different generations speaking right now, but I also want to highlight what Marcos was saying. I think that the new representatives of this, at least for our community, are the ones that were they had participated in the first edition. There were many great examples. If you want to go through them, there's also a link about the last edition and the winners, and you can go through those games and play and see. Even if you're a developer that in which category to participate, I mean, no worries about that. We will help you with that. But you'll see the great examples out there. We're showcasing these right now. So if you go to what is the URL? We can share it in the chat if somebody has it. But yeah, there are a couple of links pointing that direction. So you see the good thing about this quest is that, as in the first one, we are expecting the same in this one, of course. There were many different approaches to these categories, and that was also highlighted by the council and by the people who voted, or the players who voted, from all over the place. So it's exciting, and it's kind of the first edition was, I mean, we didn't know what to expect. Now it's kind of it's tricky, right? Because we are hoping to get new things, and we are kind of I mean, I'm going to be super anxious, and I think all of the team also, and the community will be also expecting new games on a daily basis. It's been like this so far since the very early bird launch of the upload process in Gato for the Game Quest II. But now that is official and we're out there, I mean, let's hope to find great games and developers to bring great ideas in any shape. And yeah, exciting, right?
That's awesome.
That's kind of my wrap up. But you guys,
Yeah,
whatever you
that
guys
is-
think.
yeah, I mean, it's going to be absolutely great. I can't wait to see the next generation of games. People know what Gato is. They already have a better idea of, what the council of cats is looking for, what the people are looking for, and they're just going to put their best foot forward. I know that's going to be the case. These categories are going to be absolutely awesome. And we're going to move on to our last section. So Marcos, thank you so much, for joining us, for introducing the categories. Hope to see you
Yeah.
soon. And of course, you're going to be there following us alongside all of the GGQ2. So
I want
so
to
much for
say
being here.
something. I
Yeah,
just
go.
want to add something about Marcos. And Marcos is also one of the hosts of Know the Dev, especially when we are doing Portuguese editions. So you'll see, I mean, we're going to be doing this Know the Dev and a couple of new sections here in Twitch and in social, showcasing the games and interviewing the new developers that come around. So expect to see him more often. It's awesome. We appreciate a lot your collaboration and your passion on what you represent again to the community and building games. So thank you for being here in this second edition launch party. Finally, we're here.
Thank you, guys. I'm very happy to be here. Gato communicates a lot of things that I believe, like being open to everyone. This is really cool, and I really like to be part of this ecosystem. So I'm glad to be here in the second edition. I will hope to be in the third, the fourth, in every edition we have. And
Yeah.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Marcos. Talk to you
Obrigado,
soon.
Marcos. Ciao,
Obrigado.
ciao, mestre.
Bye, guys. Bye. See you soon.
Yeah. And now we have the details of the game quest. And this is my favorite part because it has instructions. Go to the website, gamequest.gato.us. Play, vote for your favorite game in each category. Click there, do it. The Gato demands it. And of course, we
Yeah.
have the dates as well for when this will be happening. So today, the voting begins. So play all the games. We have all the time in the world, but it's going to run out pretty fast because these are a lot of games. We expect hundreds and hundreds of games to participate here. So please make sure you play them, get a good look at them, try to get all the Easter eggs, and vote. Juani, any notes people should know about the dates?
Yeah, I mean, the voting starts today. This is important because since the competition is long, it's long enough for developers, to keep engaged in developing the best version to bring to Gato. And I would like to encourage them to bring them as soon as they can, because as soon as the games are out there, the more chances to win they have. Because this is not going to be, it's going to be from today, any vote counts. So if you bring it today, you have more chances that if you bring it at the very end of the competition. And so try to, I mean, it's a hard decision, I mean, it's like when you're building something, you always think that there's something to improve or to make a better shape of, etc. In this case, the games are not finished games in many cases, so don't need to worry. If you have the game is already a good representation of what you guys want to bring. The idea is of this competition is to have this window, right? And to showcase your game. And then you have a lot of time to work on it, to improve the game, etc. And especially having this great council, this great community, giving real feedback and mentorship and helping the games in the process. This is not, I mean, we're not a marketplace. I mean, we're not hoping to get games that are ready to be sold and things like that. What we want is great ideas in any shape. And that's where where we stand, right? And so the dates start today officially. The voting ends at the very end of November, and the awards are going to be somewhere around January 2025. I mean somewhere because it says first, but we all think that we're going to be all celebrating at the start of the year at that time. So it's going to be more mid January. So we're going to be updating these. But the other dates are not going to be moving, and this competition has already started.
Perfect. So it has begun. So make sure to check the website out. It has already started. Like, we are living the dream now. Like, this is official now. This is GATO Game Quest II. I can't believe, like, it's gonna be so crazy to be a part of that panel of, like, the amazing people that and the amazing games that we're gonna see there. So many life stories, so many, so much art that we're gonna get to experience. So please make sure you submit your game. Make sure you vote on that because it's gonna be absolutely awesome. You want to know more? How to participate? How to vote? You can go there on the website. You have all the instructions, all the FAQs, and everything else. And remember,
Yeah.
Gato is about community. Your game is welcome. It doesn't matter if it's 2D, 3D, 8-bit, alphas, pre-alphas, betas, gammas. It doesn't matter. You know what? It always got me, like, why do we call them alphas and betas, but nobody calls them like gammas or epsilons? That's kind of weird. Like, we should start putting that as like a new category. And
Yeah,
of
that's
course,
good,
it's
man.
free. It's free to play, free to upload. Gatos for devs, Gatos for players. And that's what makes it absolutely fantastic. So make sure you check it out. I'm going to post a link in chat so you can check it out. And of course, people that are in VOD, it's it's gamequest.gato.us.
Yeah, and you find the link and the call to action in every screen in Gato platform, and every screen, in every mobile phone, in every whenever you are, you'll find it. I want to say a couple of things. First is this is a community, so we encourage everybody participating here, player or developer, to spread the voice, because we want to embrace everybody out there. So if there's anybody building games and have friends building games, so tell your friends. This is for all of us, and we want to bring them all, and we want to showcase them all. And as we said, if we're here and this is the second edition, is because we're going to be we will keep rocking. We will keep doing this, and we will keep pushing this. So every chance you have to showcase your game, you should take advantage of that. And this is what Gato is bringing right now. So spread the voice, bring your game. Don't hesitate. Whatever the state of your game is, the community is here to support you. We are here to support you. So I mean, come on. I mean, there's nothing to lose. A lot of things to win. Not only having players from all around the world and having developers from more than 20 countries that are already bringing their games. We have players from 170 countries right now, right? And I'm probably going to be having more. So that means that people are playing your games in different places from around the world. And it's crazy to get feedback, real-time feedback, etc. And having the chance to get these great people to play your game in the council and give you specific feedback and have a follow-on of that in different shapes, like in the community with mentorship or even asking questions, raising your hands. This is what Gato stands for, and this is why we built this platform for the community. And it only makes sense because of the community, and it only makes sense because we're just connecting something that was already out there, like the field of dreams, as I always say. So it's just now it's time to come and play. So let's play, guys. That's the idea.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Juani. So this is it. The link is in chat. You know exactly what to do. This is the beginning of Game Quest II. This is where the voting starts. The day has finally come. So any last words before we let people go? Get some rest.
Yeah.
Hydrate.
One final thing. Thank you, RG. Thanks,
Man.
Lucho. And I would like to thank all of the team and everybody that has been part of Gato since day one, and people that are joining Gato right now, people that left Gato, and everybody's part of this journey. And it's a lot of effort, and it is a team effort. So we are excited to I would say, every milestone that we do together, and this for us is one of the biggest ones because it reflects that we are growing as a community, and we can keep growing, and we can make a lot of noise. We appreciate everybody that has helped us throughout the way, and we're excited for what's the next chapter of this great community. So
Absolutely.
let's go. Let's do it.
Yes, my contract says I have to be here until GATO Game Quest VII. Then we'll renegotiate.
At least, then we can renegotiate. Yeah, totally.
At least. Cool. So thank you so much for sharing that and for showing everyone the passion that we have behind these games. It's time to play some games, man. So I'm going to make sure I go to the app right now and I'm going to start playing the games because it's going to be a difficult voting session, that's for sure. Everyone in chat, everyone watching VOD, thank you so much for spending your time here. To Parker, to Marcos, and everyone else, thank you so much and have a good one. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.